Hi guys, Autumn here. Today I'm going to go ahead and show you some heavier plants, more heavy duty plants that we're able to use in like geckos and lizards tanks and even with some like larger frogs. So some different types of ferns would be pretty good for like your baby geckos. So these are one of my favorites for like baby crested geckos. It gives them plenty of room to hide in and stuff like that. And it's a little bit harder for them to kind of like break the leaves off of them. You can use any type of fern with them. They seem to do really well with like the higher humidity species.
Do you think those would be good for like anoles and stuff?
They would be good for anole cages too, you know, all your smaller lizards. Larger, like I know we have just smaller ficus right now, but larger ficus would definitely work in some like larger cages. In our iguana cage we actually have a large ficus in there, so that's actually pretty cool. Another thing that would be pretty cool for like different frogs cages are going to be like creeping fig. They'll end up climbing up like cork bark and different things like that too. So these guys are actually pretty fun to throw in there. They seem to eventually overtake your tank too. Alright, so for some of like your larger geckos and different types of lizards, frogs, things like that, bromeliads would be really good to go in there too. They have a kind of that thicker leaf, and they kind of are able to hide down inside like some of the leaves for some safety. And they can definitely put up with some fatties. We also have like smaller bromeliads, and we even have a medium bromeliad. This one actually has two in it, that's kind of cool. With those, they're able to kind of like just hide for like your babies and stuff too. Some other cool ones to throw in there are going to be some like Janet Craigs. They can end up handling some of those bigger geckos. Babies also love to hide in them. Some other stuff are going to be some moss mix. Gives a great like ground foliage. You can even do them kind of like sitting in like a cup of sphagnum moss, like hanging out in our like an arboreal area. Another really fun moss plant that we have is our moss plugs. Those guys you can start out down on the ground, and they'll kind of like start doing like this carpet going across. So it just adds a little pop of color to the bottom of your cage. We have a few more wandering types of plants sitting over here. They're in little plugs. So they start out small, but they'll definitely get big where you're able to kind of like cover out your cage. These guys all over here, top shelf and bottom shelf, are going to be really well in those cages. Last but not least is going to be pothos. Those guys are really good. Even if they do end up breaking it off, they'll end up bouncing right back and they'll just start growing in that new area. Bye guys.